Hey guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What we have for today, guys, is another album review. This guy we're checking out a band called Valhalore. They're an epic symphonic folk metal band out of Australia. This is their sophomore album entitled Beyond the Stars. Just dropped on April 11th, 2025 through their newer label called Rock of Angels Records. It's a follow-up to their debut album from 2017 called Voyage into Eternity. It's got 12 tracks in total, 48 minutes in length. This was sent to me from the label. This is a brand new band for me, never heard them before. But what really intrigued me to check this one out and review it for you guys, first was the artwork, as you can see beside me. Really cool looking, kind of like cosmic, kind of really cool artwork. And also their folk metal, which I'm a big fan of. I love the bands like Elevati. That's probably my favorite in the subgenre. I just love the blend of super heavy guitars and guttural vocals mixed with clean vocals, and then the infusion of like traditional folk instruments. And jumping right into this album, the lineup, we got Anthony Willis on guitars, Lachlan Needy on vocals, cello, and mandolin, Sophie Christensen on wind instruments, Morgan Cox on drums, Lucas Fisher on guitars and vocals as well, and Joseph DePisa Fiorenza on bass. So as you can see, it's got a blend of clean and harsh vocals. There's two vocalists. There's cello, mandolin, wind instruments, a lot of those kind of traditional folk metal instruments blended in as well. And starting off with the opening track called Life, just under 3 minutes in length, but it's an instrumental. I'm not usually a big fan of instrumentals, but this one was really beautifully written, really good composition, just a really beautiful, epic piece of music to kind of build the atmosphere. And it's just so epic sounding and sounds like a scene out of like Lord of the Rings or something. Just very beautiful. The really good use of the folk instruments. I really enjoyed that instrumental. Really good song. And then from there, it could blast right into Edge of Forever, which is just right off the bat, it pummels you with a high intensity, crunchy guitar riffs, high intensity drums, and the guttural vocals kick in and it kicks your ass. It's super heavy. Really, especially after the beautiful passage of the opening instrumental, you get that contrast from the beautiful kind of opening into that really aggressive harshness. Really good contrast. Really enjoyed that song, really good. And the next two songs, The Storm and Within the Fire, were very similar. A blend of like super heavy guitars and crunchy drums, and then harsh vocals, and then the kind of chorus and melodies would come in with clean vocals. Good blending of vocal melodies as well, mixing the harsh and cleans together, adding a lot of depth to the song and fullness. And then, like I said, the infusion of those wind instruments and mandolin, just making it sound epic and raising the whole music up. Just makes it sound so like triumphant and epic. It's insane, but it's really good songs. And then the next one here, Dusk, it's another kind of interlude or instrumental if you want to call it, but it's only 48 seconds long. It sounds really cool, but for how long it is, I don't think it's really necessary in my opinion. And then after that, they go for the song Wayfinder, which is a much softer song, and more of a ballady kind of song. They lean more into the folk instruments on this one. Really beautifully written again, really beautiful song, kind of really chill and just like relaxing and ethereal. And then after that, they have a Dawn, which is another kind of interlude, one just over a minute long, more of an instrumental as well. Again, it sounds really cool. It sounds beautiful, well written, but I don't know what purpose it serves in my opinion, but it is what it is. And then right after that, it goes into Horizon, which is a song that starts off a little slow, and then about 30 seconds into the song, it just blasts into the heaviness, and you get the gutturals back, the vocal layerings, again, mixed again with the traditional elements and guitars. Super heavy song, one of my favorites on the album. And then The World Between was a similar song. Again, really nice, clean vocals, mixed with the harsh. Really well written songs, very powerful, epic, very ethereal and calm at the same time. It's hard to explain. And then the number 10, Ether, 2.5 minutes, another instrumental. This one was pretty cool. Not quite as good as the opening instrumental in my opinion, but it sounded pretty cool. It kind of just broke up the album a little bit at the end. And then last two tracks, Heart of the Sea. Heart of the Sea, it sounds like it opens with a really clean female vocal. But when I check the band lineup, I don't see any female, like, backing vocals or anything. So it kind of threw me off. I'm not sure what was happening there, or if one of the guys who just cleans just really sounds like hit those high notes. I'm not sure, but to me it sounds like a female. But really beautiful vocals, and then afterwards it does kick in with a little more heaviness. And then the last song, Walking Among the Stars, again another banger, another mix of heavy and soft. Really nice vocals on this one as well. Great guitar solo on this one as well. I enjoyed it a lot. Positives of the album: the production is killer. It's full. It's heavy. It's clean and crisp, but not too crystal clean. But it's very loud and heavy, in your face. I love the production. All the instruments in the mix sound really good. Everything's blended really well. Nothing's drowning out the other instruments. And the use of the folk instruments are really well done. They're blended with the guitars and drums really, really well. Like I said earlier, to give it kind of lift the music up and give it that kind of fist in the air, super epic feeling. Half the time when I'm listening to this, it reminds me of watching movies like Legend, or like I said, Lord of the Rings kind of stuff. Just really cool, like a slow motion scene at the end of the movie or something. Just super epic. And I love, like I said, for a positive, I love the blend of the heaviness and the soft, the kind of contrast. I love the vocal layers they do in this one, and melody and vocal harmonies. Really adds a good depth and richness to the song and fullness. And yeah, just love it, this album. It's really, really strong. Very reminiscent of Elevate, if you're familiar with those bands. That band, I should say. The songs that have like the gutturals and cleans and all the instruments and stuff, it's very reminiscent of Elevate. I think overall Elevate might be a little bit heavier, slightly, but it's a very similar sound. So I gravitated towards this right away. My only gripe to the song for cons, out of 12 tracks, 4 of them are instrumental. So a third of the tracks are instrumental, and I'm not a huge instrumental guy, so for me it's a little too much. I'd prefer to have a couple more, fully written songs. But 2 of them are very short. In my opinion, I would have taken out the 2 in the middle. There's a weird gap in the album where it's like an opening beautiful passage, which is good, then 3 like heavy songs in a row, and then like an instrumental, a soft song, and then another instrumental in the middle. So there's 3 songs in the middle that really bring the tempo of the album down into this really kind of soft part. And then it goes heavy for a couple songs and then a little bit softer again. So I would either take out the 2 short interludes in the middle completely, or leave those 2 in and take out number 10, which is Ether, the 2.5 minute one at the end. I would probably take that one out. I like the opening one. I think that one sounds really epic. It's my favorite of the 4. But I think out of 4 to 12, for me, is a little too much instrumental or interludes. But yeah, really killer album. Definitely, I would love to pick this up on CD. I love the artwork, love the music, heavy, great production, great vocals, great musicianship, really well written songs. Not too much to complain about here, guys. I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed this album. I definitely want to check out their debut album as well, just to kind of compare the 2. But let me know down below, guys, what you thought of this album, if you're familiar with these guys. And thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more great reviews. And keep it metal.